The Shadow in the Toy Closet. In a quiet corner of a small town lived a little girl named Betty. She was 8 years old, wore her hair into braids, and had such a rich imagination that she could turn a spoon into a magic wand and a shoebox into a spaceship. In her room, next to the bed, stood a large toy closet. It was made of old wood, painted a pale pink that was peeling slightly at the edges. During the day, the closet was full of wonders: teddy bears, dolls, toy cars, and puzzles. But at night, it became something else. Every time her parents turned off the light and said good night, Betty felt a chill creep down her spine. Her mother had even stuck some protective stickers on the door, but Betty still didn't feel safe. From inside the closet came small sounds, like soft footsteps, like muffled whispers. One night she couldn't take it anymore. With her heart pounding like a nervous drummer, she crept up to the closet and peered through the keyhole. Inside, it was dark, but something moved. A shadow with two yellow eyes glowing like candle flames in the night. Betty screamed. Her parents came running and opened the closet, but everything seemed normal. They're just your toys, sweetheart, her mother said, stroking her forehead. But Betty knew. She knew there was more than just toys living in that closet. The next night, Betty took a small flashlight and sat on her bed, eyes fixed on the closet. She waited. Minutes passed. Then a faint click. The closet door creaked open by itself. From the darkness, an old doll appeared, wearing a blue lace dress and with its hair loose. Betty screamed again, but the doll didn't seem dangerous. It looked at her and said in a soft, trembling voice, "The shadow comes when it feels fear, and now it knows you are very afraid." "Shadow?" Betty whispered. "It's old. It lives in forgotten toys, in dark corners. It feeds on children's fears and the darkness. What can I do?" "Don't be afraid," the doll said. "Fear makes it strong. Light drives it away." When the doll finished speaking, the shadow gently pushed open the closet door and stepped out. Betty gasped and ran out of its path. She ran into the hallway and shut the door behind her. She stood there, heart racing, and after a few seconds, she heard the closet door softly close again. Mastering her courage, she returned to her room with the flashlight in hand. She went to her bed and whispered her bedtime prayer to drive away the spirits and gather her courage. That night, she wasn't going to hide under the blanket from the shadow. She had to follow the doll's advice and be brave. When the shadow slithered out of the closet again, Betty jumped from her bed and faced it with the flashlight lit in her head. She shouted, "I'm not afraid of you! You are just a shadow! I'm a light!" The shadow stopped. Its yellow eyes blinked, and its body began to tremble, like smoke from a blown out candle. With a faint shriek, it dissolved and sank into the floor, leaving behind only a cold trace of wind. Betty walked up to the closet and flung the doors wide open. The toys smiled back, neatly arranged and calm. The doll in the blue dress gave her a small nod, then sat quietly back on the shelf. From that night on, the toy closet never made a sound again, and Betty learned that sometimes courage doesn't mean you don't feel fear. It means shining a light into the shadows, even when your hands are trembling. The end.